What it is about.
Oh. It's about the world's largest active vocal, right? Vocal.
Volcano.
Volcano.
What's a volcano, everybody?
火山
Good, yes.
volcano er,
Erupts.
erupts in
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Where? Okay, where is Hawaii?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Where is Hawaii? What? What country does it belong to?
Um,
Yes.
mm,
Did you know that? No? Okay.
I don't care.
So, the world's largest volcano erupted. Is that good or bad news?
Uh, bad news.
Why?
Because maybe will hurt people. Because uh, mm, mm, because maybe we'll have a earthquakes and
Okay. Thanks, Jessica. Who else can I choose? Vivi. I'll choose someone from a different row. I don't know. Let's have Eva. Eva, tell the world what you found. Does that work? Yeah, maybe.
Um, it's about uh, climate change and wasted
Methane gas.
methane gas scandal. It's in the UK.
I'm sorry. Sorry for my country.
The UK government is allowing the fossil fuel industry to waste large amounts of gas, according to the leading environmental think tank.
Okay.
Uh,
So the UK government is allowing companies to
waste
waste a lot of methane gas. What's methane gas? Well, it's a kind of gas. Do you know? Do you know the gas?
甲烷.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry. Is it good news or bad news? It's bad news, everybody. One more. Thanks very much, Eva. Should we give a round of applause to Eva and Jessica? Thank you very much. One more. Let's have, I don't know, Andre. Do you want to come? Tell us what you found? No. No. I don't want, all right. Well, I don't care about you, Jessica. Your feelings mean nothing to me. Jose, did you find anything? Not yet. Okay. Man, you just have to go to BBC News. It's all there. All right. How about Sandy? Or, I don't know, anyone? Nobody wants to come up? Oh. Alicia. What did you find? Come on, do your best. Be brave. Be brave.
is about coral bleeding, especially about the Green Barrier Reef.
Great Barrier Reef.
With climate change and impact of greenhouse gases and the increase in sea temperature, coral are facing bleaching. According
What's bleaching? Do you know?
白化
Yes. Good.
according to 那个联合国教科文组织，然后
Suddenly, your English sounds like Chinese. I don't know what happened. Must be your accent.
there will be 那个 70% to 90% of coral die in 20 years.
So within 20 years, 70 to 90% of coral will die
Yeah,
because of the increase in sea temperature
yeah.
caused by climate change. Where is the Great Barrier Reef? Do you know?
Yeah.
Where is it?
澳洲
What?
没有，我看一下。
Does anyone know?
Australia.
Oh, yes, it's Australia. Thank you very much. Good job. Round of applause. All right, take a break, and then we're gonna do some grammar. Ooh, I think maybe I wasn't recording, or maybe I was. I don't know. Hi.
Can I go home?
Can you go home?
Yes.
No.
Why?
Why not? Why do you have to go home?
I want to go home.
Why do you want to go
I
home?
want to sleep.
Well, I want to sleep too, but I can't.
I can too.
How many hours do you sleep a day?
6, maybe 7. Today I was sleeping 9 hours.
Okay, I slept 6. So sit down.
I want to go home.
I don't care. You can't go home.
Why?
I don't even know if you can. Can you? Guys, try, Lucas, the susha. Can you just, do you stay in the dormitory? No? Anyone? Do you stay in the dormitory? The dormitory.
Dorm.
Do you sleep there? Can you just go back and forth anytime?
You should leave it before 8 a.m. and you can come in at 10 a.m. I think, something like that.
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
So you
2
have
hours you have to go somewhere,
What
but not
day?
in. I don't know.
Are they clean?
It is no. We clean on our own. This problem because 2 hours I can't sleep. I should-
Even at the weekend?
no.
No weekends off.
On at weekends and midterm.
Ah.
This week when it's exam,
Okay.
we can sleep more, but it.
This is strange.
Yes, I know. So I
Well,
want.
unfortunately, the school policy is that you can't.
But
If you
no
have
one
I will know. We have some. How are your articles? At the
Articles?
and.
You can see that not not good to say what.
Good. Well, that's the class today. That's after the break. We're doing articles.
I don't like articles.
But then you have to practice.
Yes, but I don't like it.
There's lots of things we have to do in life that
Yes,
we don't
all
like.
English, for example.
Like yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
English is weird,
it is, yeah.
especially with articles.
Yeah, that's true. So
It doesn't make sense.
then it does make sense. You will learn today.
No,
I will teach you.
I learned it for 13, 14 years. I'm full of it. No?
They've been, right, Charlie, how long have you studied English? What? 12 years.
I studied English almost all my life. And
Well,
still no.
you've still got another hour.
And still not know it.
Maybe,
Especially
maybe you need the right teacher. Maybe my Lao will just, something will click and you will understand articles.
As a Chinese, yeah?
And Chinese. Chinese is easy.
Really?
Amelia, right? Chinese is easy.
All Taiwanese people say me
What
like
do you
that.
think? Chinese difficult or easy? Yes. But
Only right?
the speaking is okay. Jose is correct.
Say something, just say.
All right, speak Chinese.
You see, it's not.
There you go.
All my Chinese end on ni hao. That's all.
Your time has not been wasted.
Actually, no. I can write it, and that's all.
That's all right. Come on, it's fun. Sit down, enjoy the next hour.
I can go home. Yes.
You can't go home.
Why?
Because the school says you can't
It's
go home.
not a reason for me.
Well, I thought you don't seem the kind who breaks the rules. You don't seem like the kind of person who breaks the rules.
It's good.
But you do break the rules.
I don't like it, but I can.
Would you go home now? See, Jose is a good student.
He's 31. He's lazy. Me too, but in another way.
You're what, 21?
No, 23 and red.
23? Ah, how old are you? What? 31? Really?
Yeah, he's
You're
almost
catching up with me.
So I can go home.
No, you can't go home.
Give me a reason why not.
I said no.
No,
You
no.
sound like my daughter. No is no.
Bye bye.
You're not leaving. I'll mark you absent. And then you have to explain
No.
yourself.
I just like you can see.
I'll mark you absent.
Why? I want to go home.
All right. So do I, but I can't. I have to stay here and talk to you.
You can stay here, but I can go home.
You can, but I'll mark you absent.
And
Then you can deal with it. It might affect your scholarship. It's your choice. Your choice. What's happening now? Okay, girls and boys. Are we almost ready?
No，钟声还没打。
The disrespect I have to face.
really?
Yes.
Why?
Ah, people like you. People like you who want to leave my class in the middle of the...
But I'm not leaving. You can see it.
You're not leaving because you're afraid.
Afraid of you? No.
No, I'm afraid of being marked absent.
No.
her up, please. Right. So these are the different biomes in the world. What do you think this is? What kind of environment is this? Snake. What the hell are you talking about? Right. I know you don't know geography, but what kind of environment do you think this is? Environment. Not animal. Environment. It's like talking to. Right. For example, well, okay, you can't see the room there, but the mountains here, right? They're covered in a kind of in thick forest, right? Now, this is a hot country. What kind of forest do you call that? It's like a forest, right? Right, I'll teach you some words. Deserts. No. Do you know? So when I said, what's this? You said a snake. Desert. Desert. Dessert. 甜点. Right? Don't confuse the two. I'd like some coffee and a desert, please. Grasslands. Where are some famous grasslands? Which country? Yeah, okay. Xinjiang. Xinjiang. Qinjiang or Xizang? Qing. Okay. Qing. What's going on here? Where? There? Qinghai. Xinjiang. I think you're making it up. I think it's not a real place. Xinjiang. Tibet. Okay. Okay, so Xinjiang. Yeah, okay, in Tibet, yes. Which is there, right? In Xizang. Yeah, okay. Right, and yeah, and Mongolia, right? Very famous for its grasslands. So we've got deserts, grasslands, tropical rainforests. What's tropical? 热带. Rainforest, yulin, good. Polar regions. What's polar? 北极 and 南极. Okay, the Ji. We have the North Pole, the South Pole. So they're polar regions. What? There's no east and west pole, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Boreal forests. What's a boreal forest? Do you know? It's a type of forest in very cold northern climates. So for example, Russia, North America, Northern Europe, like Scandinavia, we have boreal forests there. If you look at this biome here, these are the boreal forests, there and here, right? So yeah, Russia, and then Finland, Sweden, a bit of Norway, Canada. Whoops. And mountain regions, okay? So these are our different kinds of biomes. So we're looking now at deserts, okay? Yeah. So we're looking at specifically, have you ever heard of the Great Green Wall? Have you ever heard of this? No? We can watch a video. Don't worry about the questions because we have a listening exercise. But let's watch the video really quick to learn more about the Great Green Wall.
Pasta Hut 平日任选纸包面、饭加1元，美味多一件，快上 PK 双享卡订购。
When there were no trees, the wind used to dig up and erode the soil, but it is more protected now. The leaves provide compost and the canopy increases the humidity of the environment and offers some shade, so there is less need for a lot of watering.
Drought is when there's not enough water and the trees or vegetation will die, right? So drought just means it's very dry, and so resistant means like 抵抗, right? It's to resist, means to 抵抗. So acacia trees are drought resistant, means they can 接受 very dry conditions, right? Do you know what a well is? Is it? Do you say 水? 水井. Yeah. Okay. So a well is a 水井. Okay. So formerly means 之前, dry wells have filled up again.
Before, there was widespread drought and hunger here. Then the tree planting took place and then a garden for the women to grow crops. It has really helped the people. Now we have 200 women working on it, and they are being paid well. Before, people used to migrate, but nowadays they just follow the line of the Great Green Wall for jobs. They no longer leave.
Before we didn't have any work, but now we have jobs, and economically it's good. The Great Green Wall is very useful to us because we grow many vegetables, and now we can buy produce more cheaply. I want to continue to work, and for our kids to work on the Great Green Wall so that they can make a future for themselves.
going to listen to an article about this, because this is not the only one. This is the biggest one is in Africa, but there are other ones that are happening. So here they keep saying, where is it? Desertification. What's desertification? Do you know? Well, you have this ifi and ification that you put on the end of a word, right? And it means it expresses the 过程 of something, right? The process of something changing from one thing into another thing, right? So we can add ifi or ification to an adjective or a noun, okay? To mean that something is becoming more like that adjective or more like that noun. For example, simple is an adjective, right? 简单. You can say simplify is 简单化, to make something simple. Now, simplify is a verb. Simplification is a noun, but it also is 简单化. Okay? But it's, one is a verb, one is a noun. Or we can use a noun, like acid. Acid is swan, right? Swan. Swan. See, I say swan, it's like swan, 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 or swan. I said exactly the same thing. So you can say acid becomes acidify or acidification. All right? So what do you think desertification means? Yeah. So it means that the land, which is maybe good land, grass or has trees, is becoming a desert, right? Because it's too hot, the soil erosion, right? So we're going to listen to this project. Okay, so answer these questions. What 4 deserts does the report mention? Number 2, where are the 2 environmental projects? Which countries or which areas? And number 3, what type of wall are the countries building? So let's have a listen.
Track 37, Unit 5B, Exercises 5 and 6.
Is that loud enough?
Nearly 30% of the land on Earth is desert. While the ice in the 2 cold deserts of the Arctic and Antarctica is starting to melt, hot deserts such as the Gobi Desert and the Sahara are getting bigger. Some countries are trying to stop these deserts from expanding. Take China, for example. People know about the Great Wall of China, but China is planning on building another wall, this time of trees. Known as the 3 North Shelter Forest Program, the project began in 1978. China started planting the wall of trees to stop the Gobi Desert from spreading toward the cities of northern China. Now the wall has about 66 billion trees, and by 2050, it will be 4,500 kilometers long with about 100 billion trees. There is a similar problem with the Sahara Desert, which is the largest hot desert in the world. 21 countries in Africa are working together to build a great green wall against the spread of the Sahara. The wall of trees is meant to improve food security, create jobs, and restore 50 million hectares of land.
Okay, so it's quite long. Let's see if we got any answers. So, what are the 4 deserts? Did anyone catch them? Sahara was one. So there are 2 hot deserts and 2 cold deserts. What are the hot deserts? The Sahara, and the other one was Not sure. The cold deserts? Don't know. Let's have another listen.
Track 37, Unit 5B, 5 and 6.
Nearly 30% of the land on Earth is desert. While the ice in the two cold deserts of the Arctic and Antarctica is starting to melt, hot deserts such as the Gobi Desert and the Sahara are getting bigger. Some countries are trying to stop these deserts from expanding. Take China, for example. People know about the Great Wall of China, but China is planning on building another wall, this time of trees. Known as the 3 North Shelter Forest Program, the project began in 1978. China started planting the wall of trees to stop the Gobi Desert from spreading toward the cities of northern China. Now the wall has about 66 billion trees, and by 2050, it will be 4,500 kilometers long with about 100 billion trees. There is a similar problem with the Sahara Desert, which is the largest hot desert in the world. 21 countries in Africa are working together to build a great green wall against the spread of the Sahara. The wall of trees is meant to improve food security, create jobs, and restore 50 million hectares of land.
Okay, so what are the 4 deserts? Oh my God. Right, just that first part.
Nearly 30% of the land on Earth is desert. While the ice in the two cold deserts of the Arctic and Antarctica is starting to melt, hot deserts such as the Gobi Desert and the Sahara are getting bigger.
Right, so the 4 deserts, there are too cold, too hot. The cold ones are? The cold ones are? Small. It's the polar regions, the Arctic and the Antarctic, right? Well, Antarctica. The hot ones are? Gobi and Sahara, okay. Where are the 2 projects? One is in China, and the other one? Yeah, the other one is the one we just saw in the video. It's in Africa, right? North Central Africa. How many countries are working together for the African project? 21, good. So it goes across 11 countries, but there's 21 like the UK is helping, right? So there are other countries outside Africa that are also helping with the project. What type of wall are they building? That's easy, come on. What kind of wall? No! They're trying to stop the desert. What are they building? What are they making? Trees, right? They're making a wall of trees. Right? Right, listen again. Have a look at this. What percentage of the Earth's land is desert? When did the 3 North Shelter Forest Program begin? What is its purpose? How long will the wall be when it's finished in 2050? We did this one. How many countries are working together on the project in Africa? And what are the goals of the project? Okay, so have a listen again.
Track 37, Unit 5B, Exercises 5 and 6.
Nearly 30% of the land on Earth is desert. While the ice in the two cold deserts of the Arctic and Antarctica is starting to melt, hot deserts such as the Gobi Desert and the Sahara are getting bigger. Some countries are trying to stop these deserts from expanding. Take China, for example. People know about the Great Wall of China, but China is planning on building another wall, this time of trees. Known as the 3 North Shelter Forest Program, the project began in 1978. China started planting the wall of trees to stop the Gobi Desert from spreading toward the cities of northern China. Now the wall has about 66 billion trees, and by 2050, it will be 4,500 kilometers long with about 100 billion trees. There is a similar problem with the Sahara Desert, which is the largest hot desert in the world. 21 countries in Africa are working together to build a great green wall against the spread of the Sahara. The wall of trees is meant to improve food security, create jobs, and restore 50 million hectares of land.
Okay. So what percentage of the Earth's land is desert? What? Yeah, 30%. When did the forest program begin in China? Anyone? 1978. What is its purpose? Purpose is the reason. Why did they build it? Yeah. Well, to stop the Gobi Desert from spreading toward the cities in the north of China, right? But yes, to stop the desertification. How long will the wall be when it's finished? It was 4,500 kilometers. We did that one, 21 countries, and the goals: stop the spread of the Sahara, improve food security, create jobs, and restore 50 million hectares of land. Hectare is just a measurement of size of the land. So there's the track. Okay, we can listen one more time, maybe.
Track 37, Unit 5B, Exercises 5 and 6.
Nearly 30% of the land on Earth is desert. While the ice in the two cold deserts of the Arctic and Antarctica is starting to melt, hot deserts such as the Gobi Desert and the Sahara are getting bigger. Some countries are trying to stop these deserts from expanding. Take China, for example. People know about the Great Wall of China, but China is planning on building another wall, this time of trees. Known as the 3 North Shelter Forest Program, the project began in 1978. China started planting the wall of trees to stop the Gobi Desert from spreading toward the cities of northern China. Now the wall has about 66 billion trees, and by 2050, it will be 4,500 kilometers long with about 100 billion trees. There is a similar problem with the Sahara Desert, which is the largest hot desert in the world. 21 countries in Africa are working together to build a great green wall against the spread of the Sahara. The wall of trees is meant to improve food security, create jobs, and restore 50 million hectares of land.
All right. So, have a look again. We've got a lot of those. What are these called? The and a. Do you know what we call these in English? Articles. Yay. Now, they're easy, right? Right? I bet you fail. It's the first thing you learn in English, and it's the most difficult thing to master, is using articles. So let's have a look. Right. Using at and an or the. We use at or an when something is not specific. Right? So we're not talking about a special thing. We're just talking about something. Right? For example, I need a phone. Not that phone, but just any phone. Right? Just like Jose. You need I know you have a phone. So, but if oh, yeah, okay, fine. We use it for the first time we introduce something. So I saw a movie last night, right? You don't know what movie, but it's the first time I mention it, okay? We can use it to mean the number 1. I bought a computer can be I bought one computer. And we can use it for like a group, one of a group, right? She's a singer, or he is a teacher. All right? We use the when something is specific, so you know what we're talking about, right? So for example, can you give me the books on the table? If I say, can you give me a book, it can be any book. If it's the book, it means one book that I want, right? A special book. So when we introduce something for the first time, we use a. When we talk about it again, we use the, because you already know what I'm talking about. For example, I saw a movie last night. The movie is based on a real life incident. Okay, so I say the movie here because you know it's the movie I saw last night, right? We can use the to talk about plural countries, so countries like the Netherlands or the Philippines, or islands, right? The Marshall Islands, the Seychelles, or some bodies of water as well. And for some adjectives to give a plural meaning. So the rich means everybody who is rich people, right? So it means like a group. Okay? It's more complicated than that. That's the easy thing. There's some that are not mentioned there. Let's have a look. Others can be, for example, using the, when there's only one of something, right? So for example, you know this? Where's this? In Paris, right? Now it's called the Eiffel Tower, but we call it the Eiffel Tower. We call it the because there's only one, right? So usually a famous building or something where there's only one, like also the Statue of Liberty. Remember that? Oops. Remember that from your exam? Right? In America. So again, if there's only one, we use the. Another way to know there's only one is when you are using superlatives. A superlative means well, it means say something, right? So for example, if I say 他是我们班最好的学生, what does that mean? He is the best, right? So if it's something, the best is a superlative, right? So we always use the with it, okay? Doesn't matter, you change the adjective. She is the smartest. Oops. Right? She is the most beautiful. It doesn't matter. We always use the because she's only one, right? Maybe many are beautiful, but she is the most. So she's only one, unique, right? So we use the for superlatives. Okay. There's also a difference of countable, uncountable. Remember we did this last week? Yeah? So we do not use a or an for uncountable objects. Oh my God. Right? So you cannot say, for example, yes, I don't have a money. Right? So you cannot use, this is called, We call this, the is called a definite article. An a or an is called an indefinite article. Okay? Definite means 特定的. Right? Did you say that? Okay. I can give this to you if you want as well. Yeah. So let's have a look at, so sometimes we use no article, right? So to talk about things in general. So milk is good for you. That means all milk. 肺，打开眼睛. Or to talk about some sports and games, right? Let's go play basketball. We don't use it for most countries, except for some. The reason for that is that these countries, if you say, for example, like the United States of America, right? The USA. Here, united is an adjective, right? So really, and America is the place, but the noun is the states. What's a state? It's like Hualien Xian, right? It's like a Xian. So United States means there are 50, 52, 51, 50? How many? I don't know, I don't care. Right, but I think there are 50 states in America, right? And so, but together they are united. So, but really, the noun is the states. It's the same with my country is the United Kingdom, right? Sorry. But actually, it's because the name is actually the kingdom, right? So we use the because it's just a noun, and united is a adjective. So some countries have the, but because it's not really the name of a country, there's a noun in there, right? Also, for example, the Netherlands. Nether, I think, means lower, and actually the noun is lands, right? The land. So yeah, we don't use it with languages. So English, we don't say the English. Place names, most place names we don't, or things like railway stations, right? So Taipei Station, not the Taipei Station. Before nouns of meals, so we don't say, dinner. Usually we say like, I'm going to have dinner, not have the dinner or at dinner, right? And then nouns and numbers together, so room 6, floor 5. We don't use articles there. All right. So, have a look at this one in your book, page 61. I mean, you've studied all this before, right? Articles. The and. You've learned it before. Yes. So this is not new information. But we'll practice. So in the spring and summer, there is often a water shortage. It means that you don't have water. Is it the Himalayan mountains or just Himalayan mountains? It is the. Why? Well, I'm talking about the mountains, but they are specific mountains to the Himalayan region, right? So it's again, this is the noun, the mountains, but they are specific mountains to the Himalayas. So during the winter, a people or just people make ice towers. That's an ice tower. Why? Well, here it's because this is in general, right? All people there. So people make towers. People make ice towers. People in that area. So it's like all people, right? They put one end of, is it a long pipe or just long pipe? A long pipe. Because we are introducing for the first time. So they take a pipe into a high river in the mountains, and then they take the other end of a pipe or the pipe? It is the pipe. Why? It's the second time I mentioned the pipe, right? Down to a village. The water comes out of the pipe, and again, we have the here because I mentioned the pipe still, and freezes in a fountain to create ice tower or an ice tower? An ice tower. When do we use an and not a? So we use an when it's followed by A, E, I, O, U, a vowel, right? Good. That's not a vowel. Good. It's about what you can hear, right? Not what you can write. So for example, I say a house because I say, but here I say an hour because there's no H when you say it, right? So we have to be careful about that. Also, you also see this for example, you say something like TCUST, right? Where each letter stands for a word, right? So some of these letters don't, like for example this. What's that? M. How do you say it? No, yes, but if I say the letter M, right? I say M. So actually sometimes if I can't think of an example. But again, you can hear it and can appear in front of a consonant. So these are vowels. All the other letters are consonants. It can be with a consonant if you don't say if the sound has a vowel. Okay. When the ice tower melts in the spring. Yeah, remember we don't use a with plural nouns, right? So farmers can use it to water their fields. That's too big. That's homework. I'll give you one more. Try this one. Or should I just give you homework? Try this now. You got time. Faye, 打开眼睛. Tell you what I'll do. I'll put this on your Google Classroom. Freshman. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'll delete it and then you can, sorry, 'cause you can do it as a, and this can also be part of your homework as well, because we won't finish it today. All right, have a look now though. Easy for you? Lucas. What? Oh, he's like that, and she can't read the. Finished? This one? Yeah. What do you think we're sitting here for? You can finish it, homework, but I wanted you to, it's there for us to do. Not take a break. Why would we take a break now? It's the end of the lesson in 5 minutes. Why would I take a break now? Lucas, Jesus. Right, guys, let's have a look. Dear Amy, we finally went on something trip to Middle East that I told you about. No. It's the trip. Why? Because it's the trip that I told you about. So it's specific because I told you about it. Middle East. We say the Middle East. It's just the name of the area, the Middle East, right? Daphne and... Yeah. We use the for like, for example. You know this one? Yep. It's The Simpsons. Simpsons is the name of the family. if it's like the, when you talk about a family, like for example, Lucas, what's your family name? What's your family name? Your surname? 你姓什么? What? Chen. All right, so if Lucas is coming to my house for dinner with his family, I will say the Chens are coming for dinner. Right? So chance. So the Smiths came along. We traveled first by actually here we don't need anything. We traveled by plane. Yeah, to Cairo. What's Cairo? You don't know geography, but Cairo is the capital city of Egypt. So we don't use for city names, right? And then by nothing. By bus. To what sites? That's a site, right?
Can you translate in Ukrainian also, please?
You don't know sites?
No, only like site, website, only like this.
Where's Ukrainian? Oh, it's there. How do you say this?
Yes.
Say, I don't know. Yeah?
Пам'ятки культури.
You think English is difficult? That's your language?
Пам'ятки культури.
Do you want it in Portuguese? See, my work now is tripled. You make my life. Where's Portuguese? There you go. Locais. Locais culturais. What? Locais culturais. Right, so here we would just say, we'd actually say to the sites, because it's really the famous sites, the cultural sites.
I think the sites write like S-I-G-E-H, no? Or H-E.
It's different.
It's different?
Yeah. So there's a site, like website, means a place.
Like that.
Yes. A site is like a place. Comes from the Latin, like in situ, right? Like, sightseeing, that would be like the sights, as in what you can see. So it's a little different. Okay, Egypt is as fantastic as... Yeah, actually, it could be either. You could say as the brochures. Brochure is like a magazine. You could say the brochures, or just as brochures, all brochures, say. We saw, what's pyramids? You know Egypt is famous for these? Yep. So here we'd say the pyramids as like the name of the site, right? The pyramids. There was, we'll just finish just here, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Restoration means like xiuli. Yeah. Restore. There you go, it's in Portuguese. Huifu, right? So restoration is the noun. Yeah, it's the same. So there was a restoration job going on around, yeah, Sphinx again is the name of, there's just one. Famous in Egypt, right? This one, right? So again, we say the Sphinx. Maybe not capital, I'm not sure. So we had to choose carefully. Yes, the, because it's best, it's superlative, right? To take, yeah, so to take pictures. We don't use anything. We spent some time just walking around despite, well, heat is the, right? Actually, this one we would say the heat. Because we mean this, the heat of the day, the temperature, right? Enjoying the feeling. Because it's the feeling of being there. So that is specific to the feeling. It's a special kind of feeling. If you say, I had a feeling, that is like any feeling. I have a feeling, but it could be bad, it could be good, but this is, I have the feeling of being there. So it's a special kind of feeling. Right? All right, you can finish that and I'll give you more for homework, okay? More. Man, you haven't done this. And I just gave you the answers. Hey.
When we can say the best or the smartest without the, especially the best, we can't say without.